Hello and welcome to Flippin Through the Internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. Before I get started on these exciting announcements, I do have the shout-outs for the Patreon backers: Rod Maid-Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Kyle Bridget. Thank you so much for your continued support. I hope I keep earning it. If you want to support this channel the way they have, check out patreon.com/flippinthrough. Otherwise, please just hit like, subscribe, share this out. That is more than enough as far as I'm concerned. So thank you for doing that as well. Now, on to the announcements. First off, we have Kenny Kyle, mad artist and writer, very funny guy. I cannot wait to interview him, and that's happening this Friday, January 15th, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Oh, wait a sec. There, I forgot to do that. So mark your calendar. I'll be tweeting it out a few times before then, but it'll be, I think, a really fun conversation. On that same subject, I'm trying to plan out my future interviews. I'm going to shoot for like one a month. So by the end of the year, I will have 12, maybe more. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll get in contact with more mad artists and writers. Maybe not. But I do want to talk about one artist or one writer that I've gotten in contact with. Oh, that was a spoiler. And that is the writer and inventor of the Potter-Zeby system of weights and measures, Donald Knuth. He wrote it when he was in high school in Milwaukee back in the 50s. And turns out he's working as a computer scientist. And I just sent an email to him and he responded. He seemed pretty excited. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. He let me know where to find some really, really awesome information about this, including a copy of his acceptance letter from Al Feldstein, which it's very cool to see that that acceptance letter from Al. And I can't wait to share all of that stuff with you. So hopefully we can get all of that figured out and buttoned up. With that, that's it. That's all my announcements. I wish I had bad news, but it's been a slow news day. I will say this. I'm making some stickers, and it'll be a set of 4 stickers, all unique, not original, semi-original. And if you are a Patreon backer, you're getting one full set gratis. Well, you're subscribed to the Patreon. But anyway, let's get on with things. Here is the Sergio Aragones Mad Marginals. This is something I posted on social media a while ago, maybe a couple weeks back. I found it in a bookstore. I was going around and I was buying the paperbacks, the normal paperbacks. I like to go into certain bookstores like once a year and see what they have because, they don't fly off the shelves these days. And I found this, and this is different. It's different in a couple ways. So I have right here, this is like the typical paperback book that they put out under like the Warner, the Ballantine, there's a bunch of different publishers who published this. But as you can see, this one is larger format, and it's also much thinner though. And so this obviously jumped out to me. And it's Sergio Aragones Mad Marginals, a collection of his drawn out dramas. And then here we have in the Mad Marginals, of course, from various places around the magazine. Here's the back cover. Let's go into that. I'm going to zoom in. If you notice, my camera is less shaky. That's because I finally figured out a good mounting system. A sight for sore eyes. Mainly, this collection of the best of Sergio Aragones Mad Marginals has been faithfully redrawn and enlarged by their creator to magnify your amusement. So here is a good opportunity to enjoy these hilarious drawn-out dramas without straining your eyes, only your wallet. Printed in the USA. Now this is, I didn't notice that the first time I opened it or I was looking at this, I assumed it was just the marginals printed in a different format, but he redrew them in a larger format. I am kind of curious as to when they. I'm curious as to how big they are when he draws them in real life. So if this is larger, like how big is the actual illustration when he draws it? I mean, it's obviously not the size it is in the marginal. It has to be larger. Real quick though, this is first printing, May 1974. There's a lovely foreword that I'm not going to make you read through, but it was written by Jerry DeFuccio. And it is exactly what it advertises itself as. It is just the marginals. And they're spaced out in a kind of interesting way. I mean, like, there's as much, and look at the amount of dead space on this page, right? Like, you could have fit a fourth one, right? You have to be able to. But I guess you do want these to breathe a little bit, right? I mean, here we have, you got 4, and they look very nice because they're all the horizontal ones. I love this. This is funny because you'd almost think you would read it that way, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I talked to when Kyle Bridget and I did our live stream and flipped through the Sergio farewell issue. There was something that he kind of he edited. He didn't redraw it, but he flipped a panel because of it just reading better left to right, and that's something that was sort of new to me. I guess I never really put much thought into that idea of reading left to right and how you read a panel or how you might read an illustration, and how you communicate that in the same way. So it was pretty cool that he caught that and talked a little bit about that. And these are just they're just fun. Here's another one. So I guess you're right. And by you, I mean this. Oh, I love this. I love this. Look at that. Look at this detail on it with I can't zoom in that far, but it's just tied on the end, but it's still illuminated. I feel like that's poetic. Is it poetic? I don't know. Anything that I just mildly confused by, I say is poetic. But this is one that it's not like something like these paperback books where you can actually sort of read it. And I know like the idea of reading a silent comic is somewhat interesting, but it's I think this is a great book to just marvel at the skill that Sergio has, both with communicating nonverbally, but also with the visual gags like this. This is lovely. The newspaper boat with the paper clips and an anchor down there, or the whale falling in love with a submarine. That's a gag. I mean, he just did that like a couple pages before with a hairbrush and a porcupine. I mean, that's pretty sweet. I don't know. So you have, there, a bat bringing a little bundle of joy to Dracula and his wife. But it's lovely. I just, oh, wow. That is so cool. Yeah, I mean, it's like the more I look at these, the more I think like it is the fact that they are marginals, that they were printed so small and perhaps passed over by so many people. Because I'll be honest, I don't always look at the marginals. It's something that is kind of easy to skip over. When I was a kid, it was really fun because I would read Mad Magazine's Mad issues again and again and again. But with this, it's I'll read one once, and I sometimes would skip over them as of late. Um, this is great. All of these are just awesome on this page. And it is not a bad collection of his marginals. I am kind of curious as to the format, though. I mean, I guess I understand the larger format, but how many of these did they do? Was this the only one? When I posted it on social media, somebody did say that they printed 4 books this size, but I don't know. I know. Listen, if Doug Guilford's watching, he'll give me the straight facts about it. He'll tell me exactly what's up. I know that. But this is you know what? The grass is always greener. All right, that's what they say. But it's just it's fascinating to flip through these. It's a lot of fun. And this was in 1974. So this was, I mean, he had, I don't know, he was probably like 10 years in at this point, right? Because he came in the 60s, early 60s, mid 60s. So he probably had around 10 years in, I would say. That's my guess. Somebody correct me if you can tell me the exact year. The exact amount of time at this point. So obviously he had a lot of these, and I wonder. Oh my God. It's stuff like this that just tells. I mean, this tells an entire story. I love that. Holy smokes. I mean, like compared to this, right? Well, he plays a piano, ha ha ha. But I mean that, like, you could just imagine, right? You can imagine all of the hijinks they got up to. Classic Wile E. Coyote gag. Oh my gosh! It's the guys. It's the dancing dudes from the meme. Except they seem upset. Oh, I understand. I get it now. Oh, I'm dumb as hell. Look, you get kind of a Gru feel with this one, with a little Davy and Goliath action. This is my favorite expression, when it's like a guy looking at a woman and he's sweating and he has like this sort of demented grin on his face. I mean, this is like, I was saying earlier, it's thin, but it's like I'm just halfway through it. This thing is it's crazy. But anyway, I mean, like this is going to be a short video. I'm not gonna do a whole half hour on this, but this is really cool. If you guys have a chance, I would definitely pick this up. This is a fun one to have in the collection, and this is one I don't know. I'm gonna bring it up on my bedside and give it the attention that it deserves. This is also like the type of thing that, I don't know, I think my kid would probably like this too. But no, I mean, he does get kind of risque, doesn't he? Anyway, I'll figure it out. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. This has been a Wednesday episode of Flippin' Through. Toodaloo.